Houston in this one. Hunter Brown. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
All right, ready to get underway. Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets. Deal one. And he takes a strike. Brown, an all-star a season ago, 27 years old, and he was a fifth-round pick back in 2019.
Ball.
Next offering upstairs.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Tosses to first. One out in the top of the first. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball one. Catcher challenge, will take another look. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. Still two challenges left for them. And that one hammered. Gone. He leaves the yard to right. And the Mets on the board first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. To third, Correa. Whips it across. That's out number 2.
Batting fourth, first baseman, Jorge Polanco.
2 outs, base is empty. And stepping in for New York, Jorge Polanco.
Ball. No, that's outside.
Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
2 down, nobody on. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again. The 2-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Mets draw first blood thanks to this solo homer. It's now 1-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And taking the ball for the Mets, Freddie Peralta. What do you have on him, Singy?
We know he's one of the best in the game, doesn't make many mistakes, and if he's in a pinch, he'll make up a pitch and throw something that you've never seen before.
Jeremy Pena now at the plate.
No.
And the 1-0. Swings through that.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
Ball.
Clips the corner. That's strike 2.
It's a good changeup to hit up in the zone. I don't think he recognized it. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
And it remains 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Designated hitter.
Now we check out the Astros lineup. Finding themselves down a run early, they'd like to punch back here with a run of their own.
Absolutely, Boog, but I don't expect them to change their approach because of that run. They still want to put together strong at-bats. Be patient out there and get a feel for this starting pitcher.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. And foul ball.
Ball.
Here's a 1-2. Hard hit right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing doing there for Houston. They're down 1-0. New inning getting started, and stepping in for New York, Marcus Semien.
Ay.
Comes up empty. Joe McDonald doing the home plate duties here.
Well, Joe's an interesting one. I'm always trying to figure out what exactly his zone is. It feels like he kind of moves around from game to game, sometimes inning to inning.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Diaz gathers, throws to first, gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A solo shot. And they boost their lead. It's 2-0.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
One down. Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. That one almost got him. Ball to strike. The pitch. Got him swinging.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Ha!
Two down, base is empty, but one run across here at the top of the second.
Ball, no.
Fastball is outside.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
On the inside corner for a strike. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Tied him up on a fastball inside. The Mets add one to their lead on this solo shot. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Bottom of the inning. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Carlos Correa. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
One down. And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick. Liner, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. So up next, Cam Smith.
Hey!
Swing and a miss as he was late. Inside, almost got him. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Swing and a ground ball. Bichette whips it to first. That ends the inning. After two, it's a 2-0 ball game. Back here in Houston, on to the third inning. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. That one gets down for a hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Up next for the Mets, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Check swing called strike. It's 0-1.
Well, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
1-1 now. And a base hit up the middle. Lead runner around second. And now runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Up next for the
Smash
Mets,
that one through the infield for the knock.
Juan
When it's
Soto.
hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So runners at the corners. Nobody out. And now it's Juan Soto. He's already homered in this game. Right through there for a strike. Brown, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. Check swing. He held up. Ball 2.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
That one missed.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball double play.
Payoff pitch. Struck him out looking.
Up next for the Mets, third baseman, Bo Bichette.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Swings through that one.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
And that one is downstairs, and it's 1-2. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. You might see 3 sliders in a row, but right there, he was feeling that curveball and figured he could finish with that pitch.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco, struck out swinging his first time. Two on, 2 outs.
Ball 1.
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
The 1-2. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
As we go to the last of the third, and stepping in for the Astros, Joey Loperfido.
Yeah, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Missed with a changeup, and it's 1-1. Hit on the ground to the right side, and that's just foul. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. One away on the strikeout. Chris, as we look back at the pitch sequence, he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
High fly ball, right field. Taylor gets under it, takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Astros, the shortstop.
So the Houston lineup turns over. Jeremy Pena, the next to hit, struck out swinging his first time.
Come on, Jeremy.
Strike.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Almost got him. Two down, nobody on.
No.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Two now. In the air, right field. Taylor in position. That is the inning. Astros go down 1-2-3, and they're down 2-0. Back here in Houston, all set for the start of the inning. Marcus Semien up now for the Mets. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
But this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Outside. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Well, these
Ball
Mets
3.
doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well. Still relatively early, but with a pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Myers under it. Then there's one down.
Up next for the Mets, the designated hitter, Brett Beatty.
Ball inside.
On the ground right side. Can't glove it cleanly. Wide throw, and it gets away. And he'll reach second with one away.
Well, you can't give him 2 errors on that play, but that's pretty much what it looked like. Tried to stay with it after the bobble, and he might have pulled it off with a good throw, but it's very easy to rush the throw when you don't field it cleanly. A lot of times guys don't have a good grip on it, and I think that was the case right there.
One out. Runner at second. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Man at second. And a swing and a miss there.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than
Ball 1.
what he was anticipating.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8.
Robert Jr.
And there's a foul ball. Runner at second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4.
Ball.
In the dirt. Throw into third. It's low and gets away.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball's gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now he's only 90 feet away from scoring.
Ball 2.
The 2-1. And a foul ball. The 2-2. That one
Ball
drifts
3.
inside.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Mets 2 and the Astros nothing. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now here's the Astros designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. Comebacker to the mound. Tosses to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Astros.
Singy, here's a look at his pitch breakdown for the game.
Well, he's known for that four-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. The results speak for themselves, and he probably won't want to change a thing.
That
Ball.
one misses. Ball 1. And
Ball
another
2.
ball. Line drive, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Astros.
Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Here's Carlos Correa. 0 for 1. He was robbed of a hit on a diving catch his first time up.
No, that's a ball.
Altuve at first, 1 gone. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. We played 4. It's the Mets 2 and the Astros nothing. Back here in Houston, we go to the top of the 5th. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets.
Well, these
No,
Mets
that's the ball.
showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The starter's pitch count is high because they've worked the count full against him 5 different times. Their pitch selection's been off the charts today.
Here's a 1-1. Right through there for a strike. And that one in the air center field. 1 away. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. That's a strike.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Out to short, Pena. On the run, throw to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Mets, left fielder Juan Soto.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Juan Soto. He's already homered here in this one.
Ball.
Check swing, and he went. And the count even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. On the ground, right side. On to first. They get the out on Soto. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Mets 2 and the Astros nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And stepping in for the Astros, Christian Walker.
Well, these Astros just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going. Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
And fastball misses outside for a ball. And that's ball 2. That's a little bit low.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
3-2. That one
Ball
misses.
four. Take
So
your bait.
leadoff walk.
Up next for the Astros, right fielder, Cam Smith.
Just missed. This is
Ball.
again 5 in a row. Just
Ball, no.
missed.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
The 3-1. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. In the air to left center. And there's one down.
Up next for the Astros, catcher, Yainer.
One out man at first. At the plate is the Astros catcher, Yainer Diaz. He's 0 for 1.
No.
Ripped, but it curls foul. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Outside
ball.
low. And a count now even up. Up the middle, and that one handled. Fired to second. Double play.
Out.
What a twin killing to end the inning. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Mets 2 and the Astros nothing. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Bo Bichette
Leading
getting
off
ready
for the
to
Mets,
hit.
third baseman, Bo Bichette.
First
Ball,
offering,
no.
and it just misses.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Ball 2.
Activity in the Houston bullpen. Steven Okert, a left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. De Los Santos warming up as well. Just missed.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
That's in there. 3-1. He'll challenge. Thought that was a ball. And the strike call will stand. One challenge remaining for them now. 3-1 is on the way. That clears the corner. This one in the air, center field. Myers takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mets, first baseman.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Hunter Brown departs, and they trail as he exits, but he kept them close. A new arm will be on the mound after the break.
Now pitching.
Righty reliever out of the pen, Ryan Weiss.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is. They're pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. The 0-2. That one just misses.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Pitch misses, and now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fights it off. He'll see another. Pitch misses there, and the count's full. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Up next for the Mets, second baseman, Marcus Semien.
One gone, runner at first. Here is Marcus Semien.
Hee-haw! Ball 1.
Polanco leads off first with 1 away. Strike 2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Altuve. Cepena at second for 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Up next for the
Now
Mets,
here is Brett Beatty. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Quick move to first. Throw is low, and it gets by. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
No.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2 balls, no strikes. And
Ball
another
3.
ball. Francisco Alvarez waiting to hit for the Mets. Man on second, 2 down. There's a strike, and now 3-1.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
This one in the air, right field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Man at second. High fly ball out towards left field. Carrying well. Gone into the Crawford box is a home run. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they add a pair. It's 4-0.
The count was full, but he was ready to swing it. His bat looks like it's in the zone for such a long time, and that gives him the ability to get barrel on it and hit the ball out to any part of the park.
Hey.
Two down, nobody on. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
That one not close. And the count 1-2. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it one-hops the wall. The relay, but he's in there easily.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Ryan Weiss done for the day, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching.
Astros go to the pen, and here comes number 46.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
So runner at second, 2 down. Luis Robert Jr. up now for the Mets. There's the strike. Now a pop-up on the infield. And that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Bottom of the 6th, and stepping in for the Astros, Joey Loperfido.
Loperfido.
That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1.
Ball.
There's a swing and a miss.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Up next for the Astros, Center fielder, Jake Myers.
B-Ride.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
Pretty nasty curveball from 12 to 6 on the clock. It can jump out of the hand at the hitter, speed you up a little bit, and then just falls out of the zone.
This one smoked on its way out of here. An absolute smash to left. And they close the gap. It's 4-2.
There was a high slider, but he did a really good job of staying on plane with it, staying slightly above it with his hands. Hit that ball hard, and he got rewarded.
So back to the top of the order. Jeremy Pena digs in now. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Yep.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down.
And
No.
ball one. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Sliced hard but foul.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
The Mets trying to protect a two-run lead here in the bottom of the sixth. And that's it for a strike. And it's 0-2. Connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Perfectly executed 12-6 curveball right there, and with that kind of break, if you can drop it in below the zone like that, it's going to look like a strike the entire way coming in and then just disappear. So hard to get under the ball unless you're really gearing up for it, and you might need a pitching wedge.
Pena off of first with 2 away. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball. Throw. Save! Chris's wheels were the difference maker on that play. Just got in there.
Yeah, with StatCast's help, we see his top speed on this stolen base, and that's a big number. I mean, man, he really made his athleticism work for him on that one.
The 1-1. And that drops in for a strike. just
out.
misses the mark outside the zone.
That's a really good take.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Runner around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by one.
Well, back within one as he brings home the run. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
So 2 down, and next to hit for Houston, Christian Walker. Late on that fastball.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
In the air, out towards left center. Robert has a beat on it and makes the grab. And that is the third out of the inning. 7th inning coming up. It's the Mets 4 and the Astros 3. Back here in Houston, top of inning number 7.
On the mound, he's looking to keep momentum on their side with a quick inning. Keep those runs they just scored in the bank instead of handing them right back.
There's a swing and a drive. Smith going
Just
back.
foul.
And a foul ball. That one fouled off. Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Back to the top of the order now. Here's Francisco Lindor. 1 for 3. And that one missing low. The 1-0. That misses off the outside edge.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
2-0. Fouled off left side. The 2-1. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Up next for the Mets, left fielder Juan Soto.
Juan Soto now. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here. Straighten him up a little bit.
1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Lindor the move. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Man at second. And
Ball
another
3.
ball. And ball 4 to
Take your base.
aboard.
Up next for the Mets, third baseman Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
That was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
2 on, 1 out. Swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Gonna count
That's a
1 and 2.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
On the ground to the left.
That's
and
foul.
it goes just foul.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Now a chance for Jorge Polanco. Polanco wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and it's going to stay a strike. No challenges left for them now. First and second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Hard hit left side. They get the force. That ends the inning as they squander a chance to pick up some insurance. 2 left on. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Mets 4 and the Astros 3.
Now pitching for the
We're
Mets.
back in a new pitcher
Number
here to start the
33,
bottom of the 7th. A.J. Minter.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Leading
Digging
off
in,
the
Cam
Astros,
Smith.
Right fielder, Cam Smith.
That's
Not
a
what he's
strike.
looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
That one called a strike. 0-2.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Ball.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And that one fouled off. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Action in the Mets bullpen. Luke Weaver appears to be getting loose. Hudson, a left-hander, also throwing. Outside low, 2-2. Outside with a breaking ball. On the ground, Polanco. He'll do it himself. He's out.
Up next for the Astros, left fielder, Joey.
Now the left fielder, Joey Loperfido, 1 for 2.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head. Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep both their challenges. The Mets trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th.
No.
Minter, 32 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2015. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
That clips the zone, and the count is 2-2. That's a base hit. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
That's back-to-back singles for him. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. A.J. Minter done for the afternoon, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for the Mets,
Luke Weaver
number
gets
30,
the ball now.
Luke
These are the
Weaver.
spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Quick toss to first, and he's back in on a dive.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And now an up and in look out.
Oh, the adrenaline's pumping right there. Pretty good fastball. Unfortunately, he got away from him. He's going to have to corral things a little bit.
The 1-0.
Ball.
Loperfido, the runner at first with 2 gone. And that's in for a strike. That's in there. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. So the Astros lead 1. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Back here in Houston, we're at the top of the 8th. Marcus Semien up now for the Mets.
Ball 1.
And that is in for a strike. And the count 1-1.
Ball.
Ground ball left side. Whips it to first.
You're out.
And that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
The designated hitter, Brett Beatty.
And next is the designated hitter, Brett Beatty, looking for his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, he blasted his 2nd of the game in the 6th inning. This guy looks like he's playing on beginner mode in this one.
Beginner mode is where it's at, Chris.
Hee-haw!
And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. Way inside, gets out of the way.
Ball 2.
Left field. Fair ball. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Up next for the Mets, catcher Francisco Alvarez.
And
Ball.
downstairs. The 1-0. Just
Ball,
missed.
no.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
That's inside. There's a strike. Swing and a drive, deep right field. And that's a foul ball. The kick, the 3-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Up next for the Mets, center fielder Luis Robert Jr.
First and second, one out. And now it's Luis Robert. 0 for 3 in this one.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Bird.
That one's in there. And that is strike one.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Not even close there. And the count is 1-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Two on, one out. Swing and a pop-up. He's got it. 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, right fielder Tyrone Taylor.
Hey!
2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. And it's fouled off. Just a slow ground ball this time. They take the force out. That ends the inning as they squander a chance to pick up some insurance. 2 left for the Mets, and it remains a 4-3 game. Bottom of the 8th.
Leading off
Here's the
for
Astros leadoff man,
the shortstop,
Jeremy Pena.
Jeremy Pena.
I'm impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
This one in the air, center field. Robert on his way in. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Astros, designated hitter, Jordan Alvarez.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Swings through that. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
Now it's going to be Jose Altuve.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on. Right
Yeah.
through there for a strike. Swing and a ground
That's
ball. And foul ball.
No signs of wavering on the mound here in the 8th. He's looking rock solid so far.
1-2 now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that ends the inning. Astros are down quietly. Score holds at 4-3.
Now pitching for
Brian
the
Abreu
Astros,
taking over on the
number
mound. He
52,
has a great slider with tons of movement. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Activity in the bullpen for Houston. Nate Pearson, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening.
Ball 1.
Challenge from behind the dish here. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. So that removes their last challenge. The 1-1.
No, that's a ball.
There's a strike.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
Got him swinging. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Down.
That
That's
one
a ball.
way inside. Foul ball there. The 2-1. Hammered down the right side, but foul. One-run game here in the top of the ninth. Just
Outside
off
ball.
the outside edge, and the count's full. Good job to fight that one off. And he walked him. And he represents the tying run on base after that hard-fought walk. Now the third baseman, Bichette. That one in there across the letters. The rope into right, and that's a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. The tag.
No, he's safe.
Well, that's his first hit in this one, so that should help him feel a little better. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Ball one.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
Two on, one out. Close,
No, that's
but
a
call
ball.
the ball. And the count is 2-0.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Here's the pitch. It's a double steal.
Strike.
Squeeze attempt misses. Now he has nowhere to go. He's tagged out, and that didn't play out the way they hoped. Man on second, two down. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Out of here. A two-run shot, and they add on. It's 6-3.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So two down. So up next for New York, Marcus Semien. 0 for 4, 2 ground outs, a flyout, and a strikeout. The 0-1. Tap foul at the plate. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the third out. Mets had 2 runs on this blast. It's now 6-3.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back, and
Number
here comes the
38,
closer, Devin Williams.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
leading off for the Astros, third baseman, Carlos Correa.
Late with the swing there. And that one clips the corner. Close, but called a ball. Ball one. To the right side. Polanco takes it to the bag, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Up next for the Astros, first baseman, Christian.
And now it's Christian Walker. Foul ball. Williams, a very difficult guy to get hits off of. It's really rare for teams to string stuff together against him.
He wins every pitch, and for a hitter, sometimes a victory is just fouling off one of his pitches.
Next offering in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, you can pretty much forget about it.
Swings through it for the K. And just 1 out remaining for Houston.
Next for the Astros, right fielder,
Yep.
As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right?
Yeah, and you're hoping that somehow, some way, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, something bad happens, because outside of that,
Swung on, popped up on the infield. And that'll do it.
well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.